Right, welcome to the last episode of this series, right? That I was doing. So, transform, transmute, alchemize. Remember who you are. So, hold up here. Right, so throughout these videos, I've just given you like different stages of what you feel moving through, releasing your negative beliefs and your trauma, whatever, right? Label it how you want. Really and truly, there was never any trauma to begin with. You were never broken. You never had uh, anything wrong with you. You never had to fix anything. You don't need to be a wounded healer. You don't need to expect anything of yourself. You don't need to expect anything from others. You don't even need to hold others in the same regard that you hold yourself, really and truly. Understand that you are where you are at in life. And you'll only know how to operate within those bounds of where you're at. So, the whole idea of trauma is just a limiting belief. Like, nothing can hold you back. You take that same energy that you were feeling with in your body for sicknesses and trauma and whatnot, and you say, wow, I can shift my perspective. Does this align with me? Does this energy really no, it doesn't align with me. So sometimes what I would have done with is like, I would have felt anger and I would say, what's this feeling in my body? I'm not labeling it as anger anymore. I breathe into it, I feel, it's just like, I don't want this for myself. Okay, thank you for telling me that, body. Now I turn happy. Smile, tada. If you're happy, smile. Sad, don't be smart. If you're sad, don't be sad. Simple. You know? I'm not gonna say it's easy. Oh, I can't see nothing here. Hold up. It's the screen too dark. Anyway, I'm not gonna say it's easy. I'm not gonna say that. It's just like a poop, flip the switch. No, you're transforming every day. So every day, I think of it as a transformation. I wake up as a new person every day. I literally have new downloads every day, right? That just adds to me. So it's like, you're not changing yourself. You're walking into yourself. You're walking into the things that you thought at the time of them happening were negative. Listen to what I'm saying. At that time, you thought it was negative. At that time, you thought that it hurt. At that time, you labeled it that. What you're feeling now is what you felt then, from a different perspective, as a different version of you. So, what do? You shift perspectives. You come into the version of yourself now. Breathe. I'm the version of myself now. I close my eyes, I envision, Israeli at 7, crying over something that happened. I say, are you okay? It's okay, I'm here to hold you. I'll be the father you need, the mother you need, the siblings you need, the friends you need, the partner you need. I'll be here with you. Just tell me what's wrong. Then the inner child says, I didn't like the way he treated me. And then he said, then you say, it's okay, I understand. I understand that you think that you shouldn't be treated that way, and that's good on you. That it doesn't align with you, so I love you for that. Thank you for sharing. And step into that. It's okay. You never hated the person that made you angry. You were never angry at them. You just know that certain things didn't line up with you and you didn't know how to express it, articulate yourself as a child, or not even as a child, but as for me, a lot of things as a child, because I'm 21, right? So I can only speak of my experience, but some people, some things that happened, the other day you didn't know better. Something pissed you off till you triggered. Just like what I said in stage 2, you triggered. Yeah, those things in stage 2 was I was letting you know you were triggered. You were triggered. So be triggered. Feel the trigger. If you feel angry, you feel anger, that's good. Feel it, you're alive. Feel it. And move through it. Simple. Was nothing in this series was really about me. It was for you people. For people who feel like killing themselves, for people who feel like they can't go any longer. This is not their home. This is not what they're about. Yeah, good, you know that those feelings are not bad. Those feelings are great. They tell you this does not align with you. So it doesn't really matter what goes on in your life. What matters is who you are, because who you are is somebody great. Not even somebody who you wait. Let me see something here. Let me pause this. Alright, back to topic. Sorry about that. Who you are is great. You are greatness in the flesh. Stop wasting your life, your energy, trying to be somebody, trying to get somewhere. You don't need to go anywhere. Listen, there's nowhere to go on this earth, right? Listen, everybody's trying to get home. Home is within you. We are in our home already, right? Think of this place like a fishbowl, right? In the ocean. Make a fishbowl 10 kilometers long, 10 kilometers deep, right? Well, circumference is circle. Anyway, put all the fish within that area underneath the fishbowl, right? Did they leave the ocean? No, they didn't leave the ocean. They are just surrounded by this construct to experience things within that zone. You didn't leave home. You just entered. My father's house has many mansions, right? I believe that's a quote from the Bible. Or is it an excluded book? I don't remember at this moment, right? My father's house has many mansions, right? You're still home. You're still home. You're just in a different room, a different part of the yard. You're in a courtyard. Think of it like that. You're playing a game. You know, you have over there, it had the basketball court, it had the football court, it have the rugby court, the golf field. I don't know, tennis court. Anyway, and you just went in one of those games. That's all you did. You didn't leave home. You're still home. Just walking a different path. Exploring a different zone in your home. Playing it a different way than last time, you know, exploring yourself. You know, there's literally nothing to do and nowhere to go here. When I tell you, everything is just an experience to experience yourself. Why do you think people say when they set goals, oh, what's next? Because you didn't go anywhere. You didn't go anywhere. All you did was shift your mindset, and you saw your reality followed to your mindset. So you experienced yourself on that path, and now you have a different shift in mindset. So you keep shifting. That's why some people give up everything. Some people want to gain everything. Some people happy where they are. Some people are not, because they shift mindsets. They're not going anywhere. They're exploring themselves through physical matter. That's it. Right? So in your trauma you experienced yourself, in your negative beliefs, the world was literally molding around your beliefs. You were experiencing what was on your mind. It's all in your head. You didn't see anything that was not in your head. You saw. Hold up. Alright, so there really is a perspective of the mind, right? Now you might say people who in war-torn countries or war-torn environments that are going through real shit, you know, people who really have nothing. But those environments, right? Born into an environment that way, you were programmed that way. You're experiencing the program on your mind. There's nothing really happening. There's love all about. Everything is love. Let me give you proof of that. Everybody, right? killers, well, let's say murderers, thieves, right? Um, Politicians, uh, firefighters, police, army. Let me tell you something. Everybody is just experiencing that program in which they are, right? That's on their mind. They were bred into environments that shaped their mind, right? Some people, like me for example, I never let an environment shape my mind. I always, if somebody tell me to do something, I want to do the opposite immediately. I don't want to be shaped by an environment. When you remember who you are, you think to yourself, wow. People say, yeah, I am a creator and I am a god, but that's just a paradigm. What you are is limitless and boundless. How can you name yourself a because you are limitless and because you are boundless, you create experiences with other beings because you are limitless and boundless, right? That's an aspect of you's creation, but because you are limitless and boundless, you need nothing. So I myself, I don't want anything, but that doesn't mean that I can't have anything. Let me explain. So I create within myself room to experience love in this life. So now I experience love. I create within myself, I will within myself room to experience driving to nice places, and I do that. Things come in my life because I have room for it, because I'm infinite, because I'm larger than the picture itself. I create the pictures because that's an aspect of me, right? There was nothing ever to do, just be you, flow, that's it. There was nothing for you to do in this life besides be you. There was nothing for you to give up. There was never any hurting of you. You just, based on the programming you have at the time, experience yourself in that way. People would quarrel at me, laugh at me now, and I laugh at them. And they would be like, nah, serious. The serious thing, I just, ha ha ha, I can't help it because it's like, it's silly. It's really silly when you think about it, you know? Not to say I hurt people, I don't hurt anyone. I wish the best for everybody. Just, love is all around. Like, you're free. You are free. Nobody owns you. Remember who you are. No one owns you. Right? Oh, I remember what I was going to say. I got lost track. When I was going to that politician's talk, I went all the way around, right? So, the reason people say if God made the world, why does it have all this evil, right? And blah, blah, blah. Because love was proving that it does not hurt anyone. Love is having its way. You have murderers, right? Killing people. But they're still loved. Air still nourishes them. The sun still breathes on them. You know, the water still replenishes them. Food still replenishes them. If they weren't loved, everything on this earth would turn against them and kill them to get them off. But does that mean that you should go hurting people? No, doesn't mean that. I'm just saying, everybody is loved. The proof of that is that we have evil. The mere fact that, the very proof that everybody is loved is the fact that we have evil and it hasn't gone away. What does that tell you? That humans are the only ones judging, creating mischief, being evil. Humans are the only people doing these things to themselves. The animals are not against us. The earth is not against us. No one is against us except ourselves. So why do we do this? It's just for control the powers that be. You know? There's never anything going on besides your mind. You are just experiencing life at your point of view. Self-improvement is bullshit. Morality is bullshit. All these concepts, creativity, and all these things are bullshit. They're just speaking of you, but different aspects, trying to label yourself. Oh, I'm creative. Nah, F that. I ain't even creative. I ain't even musical. I ain't even. Nah. That's just aspects of me. To say I am this and I am that is to limit myself. No, those things exist within me. Creativity comes from me. Art comes from me. Music comes from me. Love comes from me. You are all things, and all things are within you. So you can't be tamed. You can't be bound. No one. I don't own anyone. No one owns me. No one can own me. No one can hurt me. Sure, Garrett killed the body. I still exist. I still exist regardless. Before and after, you still too. It's like, you just need to realize that it's literally all in your head. You are just in survival mode, so you think in certain ways. Get out of survival mode and get out of your ways of thinking. So that's why I was giving you these things. Self-communication helps you to shift your perspective. When you say, wow, is this really going to be my life? All this pain? Yes, then you speak to yourself from where you want to be. No, this isn't my life. I am here, and this doesn't align with me. Pain, loss, regret, remorse doesn't align with me. I just love myself. I speak to myself from the point of love, so it's already done. There was never stepping out of love in the first place, you know. There's never a need to forgive anybody in the second place. Third place, there was not anything wrong. When you start thinking of trauma, when you start thinking of pain, you just start thinking of things are wrong. There's never anything wrong. You just forgot, and you're not ignorant, because ignorant means to ignore things. You're learning, so you are. You just didn't know. How can you say it was wrong of you to not know how to ride, to not be able to ride a bike when you didn't know how to ride a bike? You just didn't know. Don't beat yourself up. Simple. There was never anything happening besides your mind. Never anything happening. These flies are pissing me off. So, I was gonna say with that being said, that's the end of the video, but it's not. Like, you don't need to forgive anybody, to be honest. You don't need to, because love is happening. Once you realize love is happening, so you just be. You don't even need to forgive yourself, because that's like saying, let me explain it differently. Forgiving yourself is just coming back into love with yourself. Just you forgot that you were already in love with yourself, so you have to come back into love with yourself. And when you come back into love with yourself, literally everything in your life starts improving. You start to do things better. You start to hold yourself to higher standards, to more integrity naturally. You're not even trying to improve, but evolution is just who you are, so it happens effortlessly, and you just have this wellspring of energy, this wellspring of creativity, because it comes from you. It comes from you. Create these things that you need in your life. You create the energy that you need, the power that you need, the strength that you need, the vitality that you need within yourself. You create that within yourself, right? And we all transform on our journey based on our mindsets. So talk to yourself, literally talk like how I'm talking here. Talk to yourself from a loving mindset and the perspectives that you want. You know, that's all you do. Like, it's not that, it ain't that hard, man. I'm not telling you what to believe. Believe in yourself alone. Let it be everyone else's job to believe in themselves, right? Stop trying to fix things. There's nothing to be fixed. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing evil happening. Everything is in love. We just forgot, right? We just forgot, and it's just that remembering and coming back to love. I hope this video helped. So now, with that being said, peace.